Hey guys, so I wanted to share this article with you. I randomly came across it when I was looking up like homelessness with Manhattan, and um, I was just, looking articles up, and I found this, and I thought this was going to be, a pretty good article based on the title because I know Whole Foods, they donate a good amount of money to food pantries or food distribution places, right? So I'm reading this article, and it is one of the most elitist articles I have ever read in my life, and it's so the way it's written, I am surprised that it even got published. So, first of all, they start saying that a drooling and pungent homeless man made double dipping look like child's play in Midtown Whole Foods. And then they say that, he was using his bare hands to stuff his bearded face. And then the second paragraph says a post photo editor had just plucked down $17 for a jerk chicken dinner at the store across the Bryant Park on Sunday night when he spotted the grungy gourmand ignoring numerous no sampling signs to treat the bar like his personal food bag. Okay, I really think the authors of this article, they really need some common sense and they need some humanity. Reason being is, look, not everybody can afford to spend $17 on a jerk chicken dinner like the Post editor. Second of all, homelessness is on the rise in New York. It's been for quite some time because of how expensive rents are here, and cost of food isn't that cheap for a lot of places. So for someone to go out of their way, take a picture of this person who just wants some food, and they say things like he simply dug in with his visibly dirty mitts, grabbing food from the trays and shoving it directly into his mouth, wet with drool and framed by a straggly beard. When I read this, I was pissed off because that is no way to describe another human being who simply wants to feed himself. This person may have a mental illness, they may be very hungry, or they may see that, hey, this is a food bar, it's food that's, available to them at any time, and they just want to feed themselves. But instead of putting the focus on what resources can be done to help this person, what did maybe like a feel good story, like what Whole Foods is doing, what they're saying is that all the while Whole Foods workers looked on smiling and laughing while doing nothing to stop the pig out. Like, okay, so now when I'm reading this, I think the workers, instead of taking pity on this guy, they're just thinking, ah ha ha, look at this gross guy. Oh, he's so disgusting. Like it's really disgusting to read this article. And then of course, the workers promptly toss it. And then the customers see it, right? And they don't want to eat there, right? Because they're like, ew, someone's hands were in the food, right? So the manager, who is very familiar with this stuff, right? First of all, he declines to give his name. Second of all, instead of saying anything about it directly, he says talk to corporate. And you know what corporate says? Nothing. They don't leave any message. They don't say how they might fix the situation. If they will try and connect him with resources or maybe an outreach group of some sort like that. It just sounds like this whole article was written to just look down on this individual and just laugh at him like, hey everybody, look at this uncivilized person who has a straggly beard who is not partaking in a $17 chicken meal like the New York Post editor can. It just rubs me the wrong way. And here's the other thing too. So because of what I do in Manhattan, you guys know that I do look through dumpsters and I do try to find prepackaged food and bring them over to the community fridge. One stream that I did, I think within the last 3 days, I was showing you guys a bakery. And I was telling you all that, hey, there's so much prepackaged pastries over here, it just gets dumped, and it's because stores don't want to discount stuff. There's more than enough food to go around. They could have donated it, but due to logistics reasons, or maybe the fact that they don't want to mark this stuff down at end of day or the next day, they just toss it. So after I do the stream, a homeless woman goes up to me, and she's curious about it, and she asks me if she can take some. And I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm just collecting for the community fridge. Take whatever you want. And I tell her like, oh, this one looks good. You should take this one because it had like strawberries in there. And she's really grateful. And then this homeless guy goes up to me. He is so polite. He asks me, hey, he tells me, Miss, I see you with all this stuff. May I please take one? I just want to take one. And when he mentions that to me, I'm shocked because I'm thinking, he's asking me if he can take one, and obviously I'm looking through a trash bag, grabbing pastries out. By all means, I told him, I said, take whatever you want, take the whole bag. I'm just collecting this for our community fridge, and that way it can be distributed among the community. I look at these two individuals, and they look so grateful or so happy to find this stuff. And they asked me about the community fridge. I told them what it is. I say it's available to anyone. And they asked me where the locations is. I can't remember off the top of my head because there's about like 7 or 8 locations. And I am so stupid, you guys. I told the woman, I said, yeah, I don't know what off the top of my head, but if you go online, you can find it. And it's one of those things, like, I'm sharing it with you guys because I realize in that moment, I made a mistake, and I assumed like, oh yeah, of course you can just look it up online and find out where it is. So I didn't share with her the address because, well, I made that dumb mistake. And I hope that she's able to find the community fridges. I hope that she's able to find someone with a phone if she doesn't have one and find it. But anyway, the point what I'm trying to make is that there are homeless people around. And yes, some of them might be, they might look like they have a straggly beard, or they might have mental illness, but nobody should look down upon these people, because when it comes down to it, they are human beings. And I think it's really sad that in this article, it seems like they're overlooking the fact that these are probably people who just fell on really hard times, or they maybe had a mental illness, or they're struggling with things. And instead of trying to say, hey, let's try to make this person, connect them with resources or direct them in the right way, it turns into like, look at this guy who is digging through food at Whole Foods. Yeah. So my whole thought about this is that, screw the New York Post for having, writing this article. I don't know the boneheaded idiot who said, hey, this would be a really good article to write, and then the other person who said, yeah, let's post this on the New York Post. In a city where basically this is like community fridge / veganism / reduce recycle. There's like a whole movement here, and I can't believe that this article came out on the New York Post. I really just shame on the editors. It just pissed me off when I read this kind of thing. Yeah. I think there's a way to handle the situation. This obviously wasn't handled well. I don't know what the whole point of this article was, except to just look down on this homeless person. Yeah, well, see, the thing is that this was actually, if you look on the top, and I put the link in the description, they said a post editor. So a post editor witnessed this thing, and they so kindly put how much they spent for their jerk chicken dinner over here. So that they saw what was going on with their own 2 eyes. Instead of helping this person or saying, hey, can I get you a meal, or Hey, do you know, can I connect you with some resources or direct you maybe to check out like a community fridge, or, you know what I'm saying, like a shelter or a food bank? It turns into, let's take pictures of this person and post it online, and then we can monetize it by having all these ads over here. Like, this is a great article. This is a great article to write. So, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I just I I just can't believe that this article was up. It just pissed me off so much. And whenever I go to Manhattan, I see homeless individuals, and it makes me sad. You know, it makes me sad to see that they're on the streets. Some of them are there often, and I know times are tougher for them because of, you know, if there's less foot traffic, maybe they're getting less money from panhandling. I do believe that, you know, there's some really legit homeless people over there, and not all of them are just scam artists. Like, some people, they say that there are homeless people who just do this every day, and, you know, they make a lot of money, maybe like upwards of $300 a day. But I believe that there are, you know, legit homeless people out there. So when I do come across one, I tend to err on the side that, you know, this person could really use a meal, or this person could probably use resources. And if I'm around and I have some prepackaged meals with me, I will give it to them. But anyway, yeah, so I just hope, and I don't think things will change, because there's, you know, I have a channel with 2,000 subscribers, but I wish that I saw a little update here that says, you know, we understand that this was completely wrong for us to post an article like that. You know, you help the homeless. Don't look down on the homeless, because they are individuals, they are people, human beings, and not everybody has the luxury of going and eating a $17 jerk chicken dinner. And just because you have those resources, in my opinion, doesn't give you any right to look down upon a person who is either struggling to make ends meet, homeless, or have mental illness. Yeah. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I've never seen this homeless individual. I think it's because I I don't go around Bryant Park. Yeah, but for sure I will not be shopping at the Bryant Park Whole Foods. I do think Whole Foods as a company, I really like how they donate a good amount of food to the food pantries. I've seen it. It's great that they're reducing food waste, but for frick's sake, you know, have a little bit of humanity, especially when I know that the food that they get, I'm not saying the hot food gets donated, I'm not too sure on that one, but for breads, cookies, some packaged stuff, I know that gets donated to food pantry. I understand that they might not want to enable him to come every day, but, you know, just, if you can't do anything, try and either direct the guy to get help, or, you know, speak to a person. You know, speak to a person and say, hey, you know, there's this individual who comes in every day, and he tries to get food from us, and I'm wondering, you know, is there any local resources that's nearby that he can go to instead, right? Or is there something that we can direct him to, rather than just have him come over, dig through the stuff, and, you know, people are staring at him? Because that I mean, I don't know if he has a sense of awareness about what's going on, but I can only imagine he's getting a lot of dirty looks, and a lot, maybe sneering. Employees are laughing at him. Like, this is not good. This is disturbing to see this kind of stuff. Like, there's no empathy here. It's just like, haha, look at this person. Look at this person who can't afford a meal. Look at this person who is hungry. And yeah, let's just photograph him and put an article on him so everybody can also look down on him. Like, this is not a feel-good story at all. Yeah, so I will. Yeah, it's sad, because you don't, you know, I don't know how this person is. Like, there is a possibility, right? Maybe this guy's just down on his luck. One day he will get out of homelessness, and someone might say, hey, did you know you were featured on the New York Post? Like, there's a small percentage of that thing happening, But for someone just trying to survive and they're on the streets, like, don't kick a person when they're down. Like, this is not something any respectable organization or any respectable person with a moral compass would do. Yeah. So, yeah, and I feel bad for this guy, and it's just, yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's a hot bar, and yeah. Anyway, so let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this article. You know my thoughts. Shame on the New York Post for writing something like this. Show some empathy towards people. And it also makes me think, right? I know that there are rising evictions going on in the United States. People lost their job. It's a tough time for a number of people, and to read this kind of article, and I know that there are going to be more homeless individuals on the street. People are moving out of New York. I hear about it. I see people, saying, hey, I need some moving boxes because I'm going to move out of my apartment, kind of thing. It just makes me think, hey, some of these people are inevitably going to end up on the streets. And will New York Post write an article like, hey, look at this group of people who are hungry, and look at this group of people who are in our line of sight while we are enjoying like a $15 meal at Whole Foods, and yeah, they're just eating for free and they're freeloaders. It's just, yeah. So anyway, if New York Post had a subscription, I would definitely cancel my subscription. If I was a subscriber, I would never ever subscribe for their stuff. It's absolute trash based on this article alone. It's I just can't believe that this article somehow made it online. Like, an editor signed off on it. Other people who worked for the New York Post signed off on it. Was there not one person who said, hey, yeah, maybe we shouldn't write an article like that. Or maybe we shouldn't publish an article like that, because it seems very elitist. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. And like the COVID stuff. Oh, whoops, I shouldn't have said that. The CV stuff. Let's just call it CV. CV. The CV stuff. Um, I don't see homeless individuals on the street wearing masks. They're on the street and they don't have any mask on. So I kind of worry about them, because I see that if they're not practicing, social distancing, or if they're not wearing a mask, or if they're going around areas, and it's just, they're at risk of getting sick. I have heard that some individuals are being placed in hotels, but I've also heard that for other countries, when they do place individuals in hotels, they don't connect them with resources to get food. So even if you're in a hotel, it's not like you get room service or anything like that. You still have to go out to find food. Yeah. And I think for certain, I don't know about New York, but I do think I heard something about, like, in the UK or something like that, they get signed up for maybe like 1 or 2 days at a time. So it's not like they're staying there for 2-3 months in these hotels. Yeah, I don't know about New York, but definitely during this time, it's very bad. It's very bad to, look down upon those who are less fortunate, or any other time, but especially now. And I kind of wonder if the New York Post will write things in the future about homeless individuals that they see who they don't look like they are homeless, but they're doing some very embarrassing things, like eating at the hot bar, and not paying for stuff. And yeah, it's just, I can see that happening. I can see that. And there's a lot of there's hidden homelessness at all as well that comes on. So there are homeless individuals on the street that I see. They don't look like they're homeless, but they have like the cardboard signs up, or they have like the multiple bags. Yeah, it's just some people, it's like not all homeless people look grungy, and it's sad that someone is targeted about looking grungy when they, they don't have any place to regularly shower and things like that. Yeah. Yeah, that's true, Outseeker. I think at least it protects a little bit. Yeah. That's one of the things that I kind of wonder if they could have distributed out masks in bulk to homeless individuals and then see if they would use it. The problem with that is that you would have to make sure they have a constant supply as well. Oreo, stop knocking things over, Oreo. Come on, come here, Oreo. Come here, you puppy cat. Yeah, this cat keeps asking me for food. I know, Oreo. I just fed you like an hour ago, Oreo. Why are you my proposed diet plan did not work for Oreo because he gives me these little sad meows. Yeah, the article is pre-COVID, December 2019. So although COVID wasn't happening, that kind of just makes me think, really, they had nothing else to write on one of the last days of 2019 except look down on this guy, his dirty mitts, wet with drool and framed with a straggly beard. Yeah, how dare this person have a straggly beard and be homeless? They're ruining the environment of Whole Foods where this person spent $17 for a jerk chicken dinner. I wish this was a parody. I really wish this was a parody. I wish this was a joke. But it isn't. They really are worse. It really does seem like they were serious about writing this article, just to inform people. Ashley, you know what? I think it comes down to it. I don't understand why someone would write how much they paid for it. I can only see it as the Post photo editor wants to show, hey, this is Whole Foods and I paid $17 for chicken dinner. And while I'm enjoying my higher than, a number of places, dinner, this homeless person comes in front of me and ruins the ambiance of it by sticking their hands in the food or eating from it without paying. Yeah, it's just, yeah. So I think to me it sounds as if this editor was so bothered by this homeless person being in his line of sight and eating food that he thought, well, I'm going to use my skills to put this person on blast and have everybody know how I spent $17 for a jerk chicken dinner and I saw this person ruining the ambiance. That's my take on it. You guys can, tell me if you think something otherwise, but it's just, yeah. Like, really? Like, this is how he's gonna describe this guy? No, this guy was just hungry, He was hungry and he wanted something that was, higher quality food than a number of food things out there. So, yeah. And if you're hungry and you're starving and you don't have any money, of course you're gonna ignore the no sampling sign. Oh, Charles wrote a good comment. The chicken was not the only jerk at the table. Yeah. I really want to know, like, who was this photo editor? And you can see the people associated with this stuff. Let's see here. And I'm just clicking the names, you guys. I'm not. Oh, is this his only article? Thank God if this is his only article. Maybe Kenneth got canned after this. Maybe. Nope. She's still around. So you had 3 people who seems like they contributed to this article and nobody thought, yeah, maybe this isn't a good idea. Yeah, this person still works there. Yeah, so one person seems like their career at the New York Post has a hiatus of sorts, but the other 2 people are still working there. Yeah. So two out of three people decided, yeah, let's make this article happen. Oh, Kenneth. Oh, he's the photo guy. Okay, hopefully that was his last photo. But you know, I'm not gonna place all the blame on him. It's also, these two individuals. Oh, here we go. Oh, look at. Oh, look! I didn't even realize it was a video. Let's watch the video, you guys. Let's watch the video. This homeless man helps himself. Is that a sample cup? I think that's a sample cup. Okay, wait a second. He's scooping things in the sample cup. And he's eating it. I'm not seeing the grubby hands. It looks like he's just keeping to himself. Oh, they're talking about his grubby hands going into the sample cups. Yeah, screw this, man. Screw this. They made it sound like he was digging his hands into the food, but it seems like he's using the utensils to put the food into the sample cups and then eat from the sample cups. You know what the thing is like I see people doing that at Whole Foods, at least in Hawaii. Like I would see people grab the sample cups, or I think it's the dressing cups if I remember correctly, something like that, and they would just help themselves. But you know what the difference is? They don't look homeless. Nobody would write an article if, let's say, a person in business casual was doing this in a Whole Foods. No, it would be the person who looks like they're homeless, and they would become a target, like an easy target. Like, yeah, exactly, Charles. This person, he should be either referred to resources. I'm surprised if Whole Foods doesn't have a list of resources that they could possibly hand out to homeless individuals. So, for instance, right, let's say if there's a homeless individual and they look like they're hungry, right? They could say, hey, here's a pack of food, or here's a list of resources you can go and, contact them for food. Rather than, okay, yeah, Whole Foods doesn't get involved at all. Like I wish that more establishments, they would have like a little pamphlet to give out, or a list of contact numbers, or hey, if you if you don't have access to this, I can direct you what the address is, and then you can check out where the address is and include like a little map. Like, this is how you walk to the food pantry from here. Like, that's something that would help people more than just, okay, don't say anything, or don't just have people like look down on these people. And I also think you could just see, like, the Whole Foods has security as well. So who knows? Maybe I'm interpreting wrong. Maybe the Whole Foods manager doesn't want to get involved and just wants to allow him to eat freely. Who knows? But I question all that. Yeah, Whole Foods donates things to food banks. I know that. Food banks, food pantries. I know that because I've seen it, and they donate so much freaking bread. So much bread, so much cookies. It's overwhelming. No, he did say this. He called him, where is it? Oh, here he comes all the time, one employee said of the freeloader. We can't do anything about it, we were told. Okay, so I guess they are supposed to tip the store security guards to step in. But this is weird. See, you have one employee who says we can't do anything about it, we're told. And then afterwards, when the New York Post asks us about it, they're like, no, 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 no. We're actually supposed to contact store security guards. So which one is it? Yeah, yeah. But anyway, so I do expect more homeless individuals to be on New York streets because of what's going on. Um, I see restaurants closing down. I see stores closing down, and with the price of rents here for places to live, it's I've already heard about and I've already seen people moving out of New York. So if some people don't have a place to move and they end up on the streets, then I hope that places like Whole Foods finds a way to either give them like a little meal or direct them to resources. That would be my hope. But we will see what happens as a result of that. It seems like like I said, instead of connecting this guy to resources, it's easier to just laugh at this guy or just say like, yeah, here he comes again. We can't do anything about it. It's yeah. Yeah, it's like a fine line because on one hand, if you do give them a free meal, you might be encouraging them to come again. However, on the other hand, I wish that these establishments said, "Hey, you can't eat the food here, but I want to direct you to resources that you can go to if you want to," or it's just like something that's a little bit. Oh crap! Damn it! Something that actually does something. And but my my biggest anger in this whole article is actually to the New York Post, because New York Post, like, it would have been so nice if they said, okay, we let this guy, we told Whole Foods we to give this guy a list of resources next time, or if you're hungry and you're in Manhattan, then this is where you can go to. Kind of like those national, it starts with the S, but one of those prevention programs that sometimes you see in those articles that they put on the bottom. Like, that's a nice touch because it shows that, hey, if you need help, this is like a number you can call. So I wish that there was something like that for New York. I don't know if there is, but if there was like a number that people were directed to, like, are you homeless, do you need food, contact this number, and we will try and direct you to, let's say, the nearest food pantry of sorts. Yeah. Yeah, but here's the other thing too, right? So Whole Foods, right? They contacted the corporate office, and corporate office did not say anything. So okay, it just, if this happens, like, no comment. Like, you're not gonna say anything about it. You're not gonna say, Whole Foods, we understand that there are individuals who are suffering, and we do direct them to the nearest food pantry or something like that, or the nearest outreach program that these people can go to. None of that. Yeah, it's focusing on his appearance, which I think is a very um, pathetic thing to focus on. And, like, frick, recognize that he's a human being. Yeah. Yeah, but Whole Foods could have definitely spun this. They could have said, "Yeah, we have individuals like this, but We understand that it might be negatively impacting the customer service experience, I mean the customer dining experience or shopping experience. So therefore we're putting together a pamphlet of the nearest shelters, nearest food pantries, nearest soup kitchens close to the store that people can refer to um, if they are hungry, or if they are, if we do need to escort them for reasons. Like, that would be a nice thing to do. But that's just me. Anyway, I need to go back to eating lunch. I was eating lunch and then I came across this article, and I just want to pop up on stream and share this with you guys. And also, I do want to thank you guys so much for, the words that you guys were sharing with me about the bike thing. Yeah, it shook me up. I was kind of overwhelmed by it because I think seeing something like that was just so shocking. But all that stuff can be replaced. It's really stupid here, but there are some things, I think it's like some things that you have when you see that it got destroyed, it just kind of gets under your skin. Here's my little stupid confession to you guys. Like, I had an umbrella. It was a little floral umbrella of sorts that I saw it and I loved it so much, and it got destroyed in the fire. So it's in the dumpster. I try to find a replacement. I can't find a replacement. So it's things like that. And I know it sounds so materialistic, and it's like a $5-10 umbrella. It's a really cheap umbrella, but it's something like when you're so familiar with something and then it just gets abruptly destroyed, and not just that, but like compounded with the fact that, hey, there was a fire that went on. Yeah, it just got under my skin. But I really appreciate what you guys were telling me, that, hey, try and look forward, don't get so gloomy about things. Like, yeah, it is what it is and happens, but I don't want to spend too much time looking backwards. I want to move forward, and I definitely want to up the fire protection in this apartment if possible. Here, let me show you guys this. So I need to put this in. It's like last week I decided to put the battery in. Yeah, look at this. So I need to hook this thing up. Even though what happened sucked, at least nobody got hurt. At least, I mean, like, if someone had gotten seriously burned or injured, that would have really, really sucked. If someone had like third-degree burns or something like that, or they had to go to the hospital, or if the apartment got completely burned to a smithereen, or someone died, like that's just a whole nother level. Yeah, so I'm gonna continue on with my day. I had a little bump with my community fridge stuff, but I do want to. I need to work out. I need to go to the store and work out. Monday, Wednesday, Friday is when I work out. Most likely, I'm gonna see if there's anything I can bring over to the community fridge. If not, no biggie. Yeah, usually I bring like a whole bunch of stuff with me, or I try to find a whole bunch of stuff, and then I just drop it off over there. But because the red bike isn't working so well, I don't know if I'm gonna have to take the train today. Yeah, but I do want to look forward, and I do thank you guys for your guidance and your advice. I don't want to be moping and all depressed for the next week or two. I'm gonna give myself like today, and after that, I definitely want to look more forward, because life is so short, life is so precious, and I don't want to spend it moping over a bike that already got burned up, an umbrella that got burned up, and my cute little Coop and Chan water bottle that also got burned up. Yeah, so it's things like that. I looked at my water bottle. Yeah, my water bottle, the top is burned off, and I was thinking about getting rid of it, but most likely I'm gonna throw it in the dishwasher and I'm gonna keep it because I'm gonna remember that was a time that we could have gotten, seriously injured, or but thankfully we didn't, and my little water bottle got damaged. Just be a little bit more safe next time, and yeah. Oh, let me show you guys my water bottle. So Coopin Chan looks very destroyed. I don't know, maybe I'll get rid of it. Who knows? Look at that. Look at this guy. Look at my water bottle. It was inside of my bag and then my bag got on fire. So I think what happened was is that the firefighters, I saw them, they just tossed my bag and they put it on top of the burning bike. So yeah, my water bottle, and that's why my fingers are all sooty. But yeah, moving forward, just stay safe, you guys, and I'm gonna continue on to my little day. Sweet patina, a souvenir base. Hey, out secret, that's a good idea. Maybe I'll put a flower inside of it and say I'm very thankful that nobody got hurt that day. Yeah. Yeah. We have so much to, feel very lucky about. If it got out of control or something, or if it was indoors, there's a good possibility that a lot of people, a good chunk of people would have gotten injured, maybe the cats. And yeah, at least it was outside. Just to quickly recap with you guys from earlier, because I did decide to pull the stream. The door, to replace the door, is gonna cost about $5,400 for the door itself, but I factor that doesn't include installation. That's just the door, so maybe add another, I don't know, $1,000, because they said there's electrical work too that they have to do. So total with the bike, I think the total cost of damages, the bike, the stuff inside of the bike, because he had his like Britney Spears microphone that was like $600 in there, and his DJI something in there, and his Rhodes microphone. I think total cost would probably be about $12,000 that got damaged as a result of a bike fire. But even though it is a big number to swallow, even though it sucks when I think about it, like holy frick, that's crazy. I am happy that nobody got burned, nobody got injured. You can always go and make more money, but if you get hospitalized, it's very easy to rack up like a $10,000 bill if you have really bad burns, or worse, someone gets injured and then they decide to sue you. Yeah, like that would be even worse. So yeah, bright side is just the door took most of the damage, and the bike, and my bag, and Coopin-chan. But we are okay. Shaken, but we're gonna be okay. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. And yeah. So you guys stay safe. I'll talk to you guys later. And once again, I really, really appreciate you guys, telling me to look forward and don't let this, don't be so try to look forward and don't keep looking backwards. It's kind of overwhelming, but I really appreciate the words of support and guidance. Yeah. I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.